Rima walked her home quietly. As they reached the hostel gate, he stopped. "Just one chance," he said. "If I mess up, walk away." "No second chance, just one." Blessing looked at him. He was no longer the arrogant boy with a big car. He looked human, humble. She took a deep breath. "Okay," she said softly, "one chance." Rama's eyes lit up. "Thank you. I promise. Go regret this." From that moment, everything changed. He started helping at the noodle stand, joking with customers, washing pots, and carrying water. Students were shocked. "No Rima be this," someone whispered one night. He day served noodles. Others watched the way he studied with Blessing under the hostel light, sharing textbooks, quizzing her before tests. They became a team, business partners, classmates, companions. Rima started topping his own courses too. Lecturers noticed. Even his friends admitted something had changed in him. Meanwhile, Blessing never lost focus. She still ran the stand, still sent money home, and still dominated in her department. Her parents were happy, especially when she surprised them with new clothes and money for Trinity's school fees. "She's doing wonders," her father said proudly. But deep inside Blessing, one thing remained clear: nothing will ever distract me from my goal. Love was welcome, that her future still came first. The final year came like a storm: fast-paced lectures, clinical postings, endless assignments, and preparations for the nursing council examination. Blessing knew this was the final lap, and she couldn't afford to stumble. She reduced her time at the noodle stand, working only on weekends. Rima stepped in fully to help. He managed to stand with Joy's support, allowing Blessing to focus on her books. "Don't worry," Rima would say, "I go run things for you." They studied late into the night, highlighters in hand, coffee in cups, past questions spread across the floor. Rima, now a better version of himself, was no longer chasing girls or showing off. He was focused, and many said it was because of her. Despite the pressure, Blessing kept excelling. Her course mates looked up to her. Some even came to her for tutorials. Lecturers praised her during classes. "Blessing is the kind of nurse Nigeria needs," one of them said. At the same time, she never forgot home. She sent her mother some money to repair her market table and bought her father a new carpenter's saw. Her younger siblings were back in school, thanks to her. But life wasn't without its thorns. Some jealous students started rumors. "She's only passing because she's dating a rich boy." "No Rima, they sponsor everything." Blessing ignored them. She knew her sweat. She knew her struggle. Rima, however, was furious. "Why damn they hate you like this?" She smiled calmly. "Because I'm rising." That's how life be. As final exams drew near, Blessing doubled her efforts. Her eyes were on the prize. Her future, her family's freedom, and every sacrifice they had made. She couldn't let it be in vain. It was her final fight, and she was ready. The final paper was over. Blessing dropped her pen and exhaled deeply. The entire hall erupted in celebration. Students screamed, hugged, and jumped for joy. Years of sleepless nights, stress, and sacrifice had come to an end. Blessing walked out of the hall slowly, her heart pounding, not from fear, but from gratitude. Rima rushed to her side, beaming. "We made it." She smiled. "Yes, we really did." Weeks later, the nursing council results came out. Blessing passed with distinction. She cried when she saw her name on the list. "God, thank you," she whispered. Back home, her parents rejoiced. Her mother danced around the compound. Her father knelt down, raising his hands to the sky. "My daughter is a nurse," he cried. "My daughter will wear white." Blessing traveled home before NYSC to spend time with her family. The reunion was emotional. Amaka and Chinedu clung to her, refusing to let go. "Bring plenty stories," Amaka said. And Suya, Chinedu added. During those 3 months, Blessing helped her mother reorganize the shop, enrolled her siblings back into better schools, and even bought her father new work tools. Meanwhile, she and Rima kept in touch everyday calls, chats, late-night voice notes. Their bond grew stronger, even with distance. Then the NYSC call-up letter came. Rima and Blessing had both requested the same state. Against all odds, they were posted to the same location. She was posted to a government hospital, Rima to a big company in the same town. They were thrilled. But when Rima told his father about Blessing again, the old man frowned. "Is she from a wealthy family?" he asked. "No, but—" "Then forget it. She's not your match." Rima walked out, eyes filled with fire. He had made his choice, and he was ready to fight for it. 6 months into NYSC, life was moving smoothly. Blessing excelled at the government hospital where she was posted. The staff loved her, the patients admired her, and the doctors respected her brilliance and compassion. She handled emergencies with calmness and wisdom beyond her years. Rima was doing well too. The company he served with offered him a permanent position after NYSC. Things were looking bright for them. Every evening, they met after work, shared stories, studied together, and dreamed about the future careers, family, a life built with love and determination. Then one evening, everything changed. Rima didn't show up. Blessing called no answer. The next morning, a call came from an unknown number. "Hello, are you Blessing?" "Yes, please." "Rima is in the emergency room at General Hospital. He collapsed this morning." Her heart dropped. She rushed to the hospital. As she stepped into the ward, her breath caught. There he was, Rima, weak and pale, with tubes running from his arms, eyes closed. A doctor approached her. "You're his friend?" the doctor asked. "Yes, I'm also a nurse here. We ran tests. His kidneys are failing. He has chronic kidney disease, likely from years of heavy drinking and smoking before." Tears filled Blessing's eyes. "Is he going to be okay?" "We'll do everything we can, but he needs a transplant quickly." Rama's father arrived hours later, furious, confused, desperate. "Use your connections," he barked at the doctors. "Find a donor." When he saw Blessing sitting beside Rima, he snapped. "You stay away from my son." Blessing stood quietly, tears in her eyes. She loved Rima, and seeing him like this shattered her. But deep in her heart, she already knew what she had to do, even if it meant risking everything. Blessing couldn't sleep that night. Rama's face haunted her, his weak smile, the pain in his eyes, the helplessness she'd never seen before. The doctors confirmed it again. He needed a kidney transplant immediately, or he wouldn't survive. She sat alone in the hospital garden, heart heavy. She had tried everything, called people, checked the donor list. Nothing. Time was running out. Then she made her decision. She returned to the hospital quietly and spoke to the head surgeon. "I want to be tested for compatibility." The doctor stared at her. "Do you understand what you're asking for?" "Yes, I'm a nurse. I know the risks." After several tests, the result came out. Blessing was a match. She didn't tell anyone, not Rima, not Joy, not even her family. Rama's father had already banned her from seeing him, but she didn't care. This was beyond pride or permission. She loved him. And love, real love, makes sacrifices. The day of the surgery arrived. Rama's father was informed that a donor had been found. He was overjoyed, never suspecting it was Blessing. The surgery was successful. Rima survived. Days later, as he regained strength, he asked to see the person who had saved his life. The doctor hesitated, then finally said, "It was Blessing." Rima froze. "Blessing, my Blessing. She's recovering. She didn't want you to know until you were strong." Tears rolled down his face. He got out of bed, weak but determined, and stormed into the doctor office, where his father was sitting elegantly, his fit littered with sadness. "You stopped her from seeing me." "But she gave me her kidney. She saved my life." His father stood silent, shame filling his eyes. "She's not after my money," Rima whispered. "She gave me life." For the first time, his father had nothing to say. Rama's father sat in silence. The reality hit him harder than a slap. The girl he had rejected, insulted, and disrespected was the same girl who gave a part of herself to save his only son. How could she love him this much? He whispered. Rima stood there, anger in his voice. You said she was after my money, but she gave me life for free. His father lowered his head. I was wrong, he muttered. Very wrong. The next day, he visited Blessing's recovery room with Rima beside him. She was sitting up, pale but smiling. When she saw them, her heart skipped. Blessing, the man began, his voice unsteady. I came to say thank you. I misjudged you. I was blinded by pride and class, but you've shown me what real love and strength look like. He paused, swallowed hard, and then knelt beside her bed. I'm sorry. Please forgive me. Blessing blinked back tears. I already did. He held her hand gently. You have my blessing, both of you? Whatever future you want together, I'll support it fully. Rima smiled through his tears. He held Blessing's hand tighter than ever. From that moment, everything changed. Rama's father became a different man kinder, more respectful, and very supportive. He sent gifts to Blessing's parents and even promised to sponsor Amaka's university education and Chinedu's schooling. He also upgraded Blessing's mother's shop and helped expand her father's workshop. Blessing's entire family couldn't believe what was happening. This is God, her mother said, kneeling in thanks. This is truly God. As Rima and Blessing healed, they talked often about the future, not just their love, but their dreams. They had both come a long way, but the best was still ahead. After NYSC, blessings began to rain. Rima was offered a permanent role in a big company inside the city of Lagos. The pay was massive and the benefits unmatched. Without hesitation, he accepted, and the first person he called was Blessing. My love, we made it. He shouted over the phone. I got the job. Blessing screamed with joy. God is faithful. Just a few weeks later, Blessing received a letter. She had been offered a top position as a registered nurse at a reputable private hospital in the city in Lagos State. It came with accommodation, bonuses, and respect. She looked at the letter and smiled through tears. From selling noodles to saving lives professionally, the two lovebirds were now fully employed, independent, and walking in their dreams. But Blessing didn't forget. The very first thing she did was send a large sum home. Her parents were stunned. Amaka and Chinedu jumped with excitement. She went home with Rima beside her. Together, they presented plans. Mummy, you won't sell by the roadside again, Blessing said, holding her mother's hand. We're opening a big supermarket for you. Her mother wept openly. To the best woman I know, Blessing said, handing her father keys. Your workshop is now upgraded. You'll be training apprentices and selling furniture nationwide. Tears streamed down her father's face. You didn't forget us, you remembered. Even the neighbors gathered to watch in amazement. The once poor carpenter's daughter had returned in glory. She built them a beautiful bungalow, painted cream and gold. Solar power, water tank, tiled floors, comfort at last. Joy, her old roommate, came visiting too. Girl, you did it. Blessing hugged her. We did. You believed in me. Blessing was now living the life she once only dreamed of through hard work, grace, and gratitude. But one final chapter remained. The sun rose over Lagos with a golden hue, as if nature itself was celebrating. It was Blessing's wedding day. The grand hall was decorated in soft blush and gold. Flowers adorned every corner, and chandeliers sparkled like stars. Guests arrived in droves: politicians, doctors, business moguls, and humble neighbors from her village. The blend of worlds was magical. Rima stood at the altar in a white embroidered agbada, his smile brighter than the sun. He looked every bit like the prince he was, but his eyes searched only for one queen. Then the music changed. Everyone turned. Blessing walked in, dressed in an elegant lace gown with subtle traditional details. She looked like royalty. Her beauty stunned the crowd, but it was her confidence, her grace, her story that was what made her shine. Her father walked her down the aisle, tears in his eyes. "You're my pride, my jewel," he whispered. As she reached Rima, their eyes locked. No words were needed. Their journey had been long, hard, but worth every step. The vows were powerful. "I choose you, not for what you have, but for who you are," Rima said. "And I choose you, because you saw my worth when I had nothing," Blessing replied. Tears rolled down cheeks all around the hall. When the priest pronounced them husband and wife, the hall erupted in cheers. The reception was grand. Cultural dancers performed, dishes from across Nigeria were served, and laughter filled the air. Blessing and Rima danced like two people with no worries in the world. Later that evening, as the stars lit the sky, Rima whispered, "This is just the beginning." Blessing smiled, resting her head on his shoulder. "Yes," she said, "and I'm ready for forever."